Hello everyone, and welcome back for the fourth and last of my Best of 2022 series. Today I will be going over my favorite books of 2022. As I mentioned in my other list, only books I reviewed can win. I will be going over a few other books in no particular order before I get to the best of the year. Now I'm really excited to talk about this because I've always loved reading, so let's get started. First up is Existentially Challenged, a wonderful comedic mystery / urban fantasy and sequel to Differently Morphous. The book is one of several by YouTuber Yahtzee Croshaw, who is one of my favorite game reviewers. The series follows the main character and her co-workers as they continue to deal with a world in which the secret of magic has been revealed to the public. So in addition to navigating otherworldly horrors, they also have to worry about misunderstandings and public opinion. It may take many of your preconceptions and tropes of urban fantasy, but it twists them into a joke rather than playing them straight. Good, over-the-top characters and a really enjoyable audiobook performance. Definitely something you should check out if you like comedy, magic, or magic comedy. The other comedy on the list is the Kaiju Preservation Society. Really good one. The main character is Jamie Gray. He loses his job, but is fortunately hired by an old friend to work on a secret extra-dimensional kaiju preserve. Because the kaiju are basically pandas, and are going extinct because they just won't fuck. Hilarity ensues along with some fantastic world building. Wonderful job, John Scalzi. Hope you give us a sequel. Moving on from the comedy books, it's time for the best part, or the part where I go off on random tangents about my favorite creators. Starting us off, we have The Last Stand of Mary Goodcrow by Rachel Aaron, the writer behind the Heartstriker series and its spin-off GFZ series. The new book takes a step back from urban fantasy to give us a historical fantasy that's based on a sort of magical gold rush. A strange magical crystal is found on the frontier and kicks off a new crystal rush, which leads to worsening relations between the US and the native tribes that live there, along with strange supernatural forces that man was not meant to tamper with. As usual, Rachel Aaron has a fantastic cast made up this time of 3 main characters, which interact with natural chemistry. The book ended on a cliffhanger as the start of a brand new series, so I really can't wait to see what's next. Hope you're writing right now, Rachel Aaron. I'm looking forward to it. From the beginning of one series to the end of another, we have Naomi Novik's Golden Enclaves, final installment of the Scholomance trilogy. Galadriel Higgins finally escapes the Scholomance, only to realize Orion is still trapped inside. Enclaves are being destroyed left and right, and the remaining ones are about to start a full-on war. Sucks to be her. If you haven't read any of Naomi's other stuff, then fix that right now. Between the Temeraire series, Spinning Silver, Uprooted, and now the Scholomance, she is an author who does not get nearly as much love as she deserves. Unfortunately, despite wishing I could award the Golden Enclaves as the best of the year, it wasn't quite Naomi Novik's best work. It has good twists, which I called some of, and it does take a lot to build on the prior books, but some odd pacing causes the whole thing to feel very drawn out. Plus, it takes us out of the Scholomance for most of the book, which I feel was a really interesting setting they kind of wasted near the end. Still like a good 9 out of 10 for me, just not as good as The Last Graduate, unfortunately. Moving on to my second place entry, we have When Women Were Dragons by Kelly Barnhill. Oh, now we're getting to the real good shit. When Women Were Dragons is an excellent piece of historical fantasy that hit me real hard with deep emotional scenes. When Alex was a girl, the Great Dragoning of 1955 occurred and her aunt turned into a dragon before vanishing. Now, with everyone pretending her aunt doesn't exist, Alex and her once cousin, now sister Beatrice, must struggle to grow up in a broken world that can't even acknowledge what has happened. This thing is a rolling tragedy for most of the book, as Alex's life slowly falls apart around her and she struggles to pick up the pieces while holding on to the last of her family. It was a truly wondrous ride, and I would highly recommend everyone check it out. Seriously, this is some real good shit. However, now we move on to the best of the year. For most of the year, I thought When We Were Dragons was going to top this list, to be honest. Even after this next book came out. I went back and forth between these two for weeks, so if you want to say that When We Were Dragons was better, I'd probably agree with you like 40% of the time. But in the end, I have to say the best book of the year is Babel or The Necessity of Violence, an arcane history of the Oxford Translators' Revolution. Holy shit, that title is a mouthful. Anyway, this book has a fantastic magic system, really interesting, based on the meaning lost in translation and converting it into power, as well as an excellent deconstruction of colonialism. The author, R.F. Kuang, is also known for her Poppy War series, which I now find I really want to check out some point. Robin Swift, orphaned by cholera in Canton, is brought to London by the mysterious Professor Lovell. There, he trains for years in Latin, Ancient Greek, and Chinese, all in preparation for the day he'll enroll in Oxford's prestigious Royal Institute of Translation, also known as Babel. It's the World Center for Translation and, more importantly, the silver working magic, or the art of manifesting lost meaning through enchanted silver bars. For Robin, Oxford is a utopia dedicated to the pursuit of knowledge, but knowledge obeys power, and as a Chinese boy raised in Britain, Robin realizes serving Babel means betraying his motherland. As his studies progress, he finds himself caught between Babel and the shadowy Hermes Society, an organization dedicated to opposing them. With a plot like that, you would expect something a little more cliched than actually happens. The characters in it act in a very natural and believable manner. Robin doesn't immediately become a part of the resistance. In fact, in many ways, he resists becoming that part of that resistance, and while he doesn't actively sell them out or oppose them, he does even quit at one point in the book, spoiler. The plot is very slow and uses that time to gradually build up characters and ideas before the whole world comes crashing down around our main characters and everything tears them apart. It is tragic, believable, and the ending just kind of gut punches you when you realize just this is the same character from those first early chapters now willing to do this, and even some of his old friends. I'm not gonna say any more. It's a really good book. You need to check it out. For my bet, there is no better book in 2022 than Babel, or The Necessity of Violence, and damn if that title isn't awesome. So yeah. With all that out of the way, we move on to the announcements. I am so happy I'm kind of done with this. Pumping out 4 videos in about a week was a lot, but hey, we're here. These videos were obviously a lot shorter than what I'm usually used to, but I do want to put a lot of effort into them. I really enjoy basically everything when it comes to media. I enjoy living through stories and experiencing them, be them games, movies, shows, or books. And being able to just tell everybody, hey, these are the best things this year, go check out all this stuff, being able to recommend things to people has always been kind of a favorite thing of mine, because I'm not exactly around the people who read or go see a lot of stuff. I'm probably the person in my family who goes see the most stuff, so this has been a lot of fun for me. I hope I recommend some people some stuff they enjoy. I hope maybe you find a new author or a new director or writer that you really like, and maybe one of these, authors or creators will be someone you'll follow in the future, and hey, then I've done something good. So moving on from there, I will be reviewing something else coming up. My current review is going to be for a movie called The Menu. I watched it shortly before the end of 2022. I mentioned it briefly on my 2020 movie list, and I do think it deserves a full review. So I'm going to hopefully be getting that out by either Wednesday or Thursday. Don't, quote me on that. It might end up coming out Friday. I have a lot going on at the moment. I'm trying to get those drawings done for the new video. I'm making myself a little PNG icon person. It's a talking head for me. It's going to be a dragon. It's going to be nice. I've been working on that for a while, trying to get that all done. And I hope you all found something you enjoyed here. So, moving on from there, we are going to go to the end card. There's a subscribe board. Click on it, go to my channel, subscribe. It would mean a lot to me if you could leave a like or a comment. Your choice, don't really have to. But up here, there's also a video YouTube recommends and the rest of the playlist for the best of 2022. Check out my other things if you like movies, shows, or games, in addition to books. So, see you guys next time. Bye!